Hi, welcome back to debbielashyoga. I am quarantining in London, so I've got this lovely apartment, but it's quite a small space, so I'm just, utilizing what I've got. So bear with me. This is the first time I'm going live here, so I hope the sound quality is good. I hope the Wi-Fi is better than Spain, and and I don't know what the kind of the screen and the lighting and all that's going to be like. So just stay with me, and I'll be refining it as I go along. All right, so with that said, let's sit up nice and tall, and just gently close your eyes down. And take a moment to observe your body. How does it feel? Emotionally, what's coming up? Physically, what are your energy levels like right now? Start connecting to the breath. And just observe the breath as it enters the body on the inhale. Pausing at the top. And observing the breath on the exhale. Pausing at the bottom. 2 more just like this. Just slowing the breath down. One more cycle of breath here. Bring the hands together at heart center, bowing chin to chest. And when you're ready, take the prayer to the third eye, just tapping the thumbs gently between the eyebrows, finding that connection to yourself. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Pause and hold the breath in, and a big sigh out. Release your left hand down, right hand alongside the face, moving into Nadi Shona, alternate nostril breathing. Thumb over the right nostril, ring finger over the left. Inhale through both nostrils. Close off the right nostril, exhale left. Inhale through the left. Close off the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Pause and switch, exhale left. Inhale left. Close off the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Pause and switch, exhale left. Inhale left. Pause and switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Pause and switch, exhale left. One more full cycle. Inhale left. Close off the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Pause and switch, exhale left. Hands together at heart center, chin to chest. If you'd like to bring an intention to this practice, or even a dedication, offering the energy cultivated here to those who need it more than us today. Inhale, open the eyes. Lift the gaze. All right, yogis, let's start in child's pose. Knees slightly apart, maybe blocks, blankets, bolsters, pillows, just put them to the side and just gently walk the hands forward. And if your forehead can rest against the floor, wonderful. If it can't, just meet yourself where you're at. Just take 5 cycles of breath, just like this. This is a nice little hip opener. And just observe any sensations, feeling in the body. And connect back to the breath, most importantly. Just breathing up and down the front and back spine. Last cycle of breath here. Inhale. Exhale here. Inhale, come up onto the hands and knees into tabletop position. You're going to open the shoulders, pressing down through the left hand, keep it grounded. Inhale, float the right arm up, lift up, look up, and then exhale, just thread that right hand all the way under and come down onto the side of the face. If it's challenging to get your head down, you can put a pillow, you can put a block, whatever you need, a blanket underneath the head. Some of you are good just staying right here. I'm going to tiptoe my fingers forward, coming up onto the fingertips. I call this cupcake fingers. Others, you might want to take it a little bit deeper by lifting the left arm up, rotating the palm back, and then reaching for the opposite hip. If you want to go one more level deeper, you can take that left leg out. Maybe you can catch the foot, doesn't matter if you can't. But then press that pinky toe in, lift the shoulders. 5 cycles of breath. Inhaling through the nose. If you can keep the lips closed, exhale through the nose, back of throat. Remember, these are all just options. Maybe you're right at the beginning, just with the hand reaching forward, left arm forward. And you can always try the options and then just come back to where it feels good and sustainable. One more cycle of breath. And exhale here. Float that left arm up. And then bring it back down alongside the face and bring that left leg back in if it's out. Press down, inhale, lifting that right arm all the way up. And exhale, hand on the floor. Other side. Pressing down through the right hand, float the left arm up, lift up, look up. Find that single point of focus. And then threading that left hand through and under. So you're just resting. This just feels like plenty. Others are going to tiptoe that right arm forward, maybe a cupcake finger. Some of you might float the arm, rotate the palm, so we're rotating the shoulder, and then reach for the opposite hip. And then the last option available here that I'm giving today is floating that right leg out. 5 cycles of breath, whatever your choices are. And remember, if there's any pain, come out of the pose. It's not worth it. The belly is slightly drawing in and up. If the leg is extended, lift the knee and thigh up towards the hip. And one more cycle of breath here. Inhale, float the left arm up. Hand on the floor. Draw the right leg back in. Inhale, floating the left arm all the way up. Exhale, hand on the floor. Let's just move around through 5 rounds of cat-cow. Just moving, connecting movement to breath. Inhale, heartless. Breathe in. Exhale, round and round. 4 more. Inhale, heartless. Exhale, round. You can go faster. You can go slower. Last one here. Good. Keeping cat pose. You're going to keep the tops of the feet down. Press down through the forefinger thumb and just slightly lift the knees off the floor. This doesn't feel good in your wrists or it's too much, you can place the knees down whenever you need to. Just building a little bit of heat and stamina, connecting the core, stabilizer. One more cycle of breath. And then we're just going to start to lift those knees up and away, stretching the tops of the feet. Feels like down dog. And when you're ready, roll over the toes. Maybe you've got a little clicking and clunking in the toes. And a nice juicy pedaling through the feet. Just ironing out any creases. It's midday here in London. All you LA babies will be fast asleep. Actually, maybe you're waking up, come to think of it. No, you'll be asleep. All right. Inhale, let's move forward into plank. And just pause here. Find that cat pose, shift the shoulders over the wrists. Maybe a little kinetic, moving forwards and backwards. Maybe you're finding stillness. One more cycle of breath here. Inhale. We're going to lower slowly all the way to the belly. You can drop your knees if that feels better. Good. Drag the hands back. Low cobra, point the toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Most important is the breath here. Inhale, lift. Pressing the pubic bone down. Exhale, lower. Lift the knees, lift the thighs. Squeeze the elbows in. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, cat pose. Lift up and round. Exhale, child's pose. Good. We're going to connect that together. Inhale, cat. Lower down. Chin, chest, slide through low cobra. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cat pose. Exhale, child's pose. Good. Inhale, cat. Lower down, exhale, chin, chest, slide through low cobra. Point the toes, lift the knees. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cat. Exhale, child's pose. Last round. Inhale, cat. Lower down, chin, chest. Slide through low cobra. Point the toes, lift the knees. Squeeze the elbows. Exhale, lower. Listen carefully. Inhale, cat. Keeping cat pose, tuck toes, downward facing dog. So I always like to think of downward facing dog as an extension of cat pose. Right? So just nod the head. Sometimes I see people really shaking their head out here, but it's really just keep everything gentle. So you can just observe, is there any tightness, tension? How do your eyes feel? Where's the jaw? How's the jaw feeling? Is it tight? Are your teeth clenching? We're always looking to create space and where we can soften. Walking the hands back towards the feet. Pause here. Gentle bend in the knees. Drop the head. Grab your elbows. And again, you can move, bending the knees. Just whatever you need here. Some of you just might like finding stillness. I like to bring my ears kind of snuggling into my biceps and then looking all the way up to between the thighs. Some people even like to look all the way to the belly button if that's available. And spread your toes. Find that connection. Can you feel the big toe? Press down through all 10 toes. And then find those 2 points in the center of the heel. Change the cross of your elbows. That's it. Breathing and finding length through the back spine. Inhale. And exhale here. 2 more cycles of breath. How do your hamstrings feel? Mine feel pretty tight. Just breathing length and drawing my elbows down towards my toes. And release the hands to the floor, walking back into plank pose. And pause here. There's a nice shift. Shift the shoulders over the wrists. Good, center the right hand. And you can stack the feet, whatever's available. If you need to, you can even drop the bottom knee down. Modified. So I'm going to stack the feet. Just tapping into that lovely strengthening of the sideways. That's it. Some of you have got a lot more energy. You might even float that top leg up. 5 cycles of breath. And if you're anything like me, my muscles are beginning to shake, it just is a good thing. It means you're working. One more cycle of breath here. Top arm up, plank pose. Other side, center the left hand. You're going to have my back towards you. Remember, drop the bottom knee if you need to. You can keep the feet staggered for a bit more support. Arm up and over the head for some. Some of you are floating that top leg. And keep pressing down and lifting the side waist up. 2 more cycles of breath. Inhale, top arm up. Exhale, hand down. Good, we're going to walk the feet up towards your hands. So come into down dog first. And then we're tiptoeing the feet all the way up to the hands. Then hands on your shins, lift up halfway. Antanasana. Exhale, forward fold. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Last one here. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. 5 cycles of breath. So that you can choose what feels good for your arms. I'm going to clasp my hands on my sacrum. Take the arms up and then over. 5 cycles of breath. Roll those inner thighs, spread the toes. Have a look. See if you can find space between the toes. And imagine I was holding onto your wrists, lifting your wrists up so your shoulder heads actively lift up and away from the floor. Your belly's engaged, inner thighs rolling back. And one more cycle of breath here. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale here. And inhaling, lifting all the way up. Both arms up, breathe in. My arms are out of the shot now. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, let's move through Surya Namaskara A 5 times. Let's go at your own pace, your own speed. Maybe you've got some lovely music on. But let's go. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, forward fold down. Half lift, breathe in. Step, jump or float. Shift the weight forward. Lower. I'm going to stay with low cobra. Some of you will be ready for up dog. Lower down, tuck the toes. Press up, plank pose. Downward facing dog. 3 cycles of breath. Some of you will be going faster. Some of you will be going slower. But we'll all end in downward facing dog. Inhale, high tippy toes, bend knees, step, walk or float. Half lift, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold and bow. Press down through feet, inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. 4 more times. Movement to breath. This is a moving meditation. I'm going to move into up dog now. Body feels a little warmer. 3 cycles of breath. And down dog. Spread the toes. Roll the inner thighs. Press down through forefinger thumb. Inhale, lift the heels. Bend the knees. Step, walk or float. Half lift, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Press down through feet. Both arms up. Hands to heart. You can close your eyes, make it a little bit more challenging. Just trusting the process. And just notice what's coming up in the practice. What are you thinking about? And if you find yourself in dialogue, just keep coming back to the breath over and over again. The voice of your practice is the breath. Lift the heels, step, walk or jump. 2 more rounds. Just warming up, easing into the practice. Just notice how your body feels. Every time we practice, the body feels different from what's happening off the mat. How much we drink, what we eat, how much sleep we have or don't have. It all shows up. Inhale with the heels, bend the knees, step walk or float. Press down through feet, inhale, rise. Drawing hands back to heart. Last round, meet me in downward facing dog. If you want to skip it, you can just step straight into down dog. Remember, this is your practice, so just choose wisely. Downward facing dog. Let's stay here, 3 cycles of breath. Have a look at your hands with your fingers. Make sure your forefinger is facing straight forward and the other fingers are dialing out. Inhale, float the right leg straight back. Toes are pointing down. Look to your left foot. Inhale, lift the left heel high. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Put a bend into your right knee. Open up the hips. Circle the ankle. Keep pressing your left heel down. Circle the ankle the other way. Lots of clicking going on here. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, knee to nose round. 2 more, just like this. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one. And stepping it all the way through. Then drop the left knee down. Inhale, low lunge and Vinyasa. Just stay right here. Some of you will feel better having blocks underneath the hands. Lift the chest. Squeeze your hips into the midline. Firm them in. Activate the back foot. And when you're ready, you're going to walk the hands up onto the knees. Some of you are going to stay here. Others are going to lift both arms up. Exhale here, 5 cycles of breath. You can shift the hands back, making it a bit more of a back bend if that feels good. Just lift straight up. Whatever feels good for your body. What does your body need right now? Is it going to be a practice of stepping it up? Or is it going to be a practice of just taking it down a little bit? 1 more cycle of breath. Inhale, both hands to the floor. Tuck the back toe under. Inhale, lift the back knee. I'm going to bring a block inside, palms bar, extended side angle. Drop the back heel down. Press the elbow into the knee, top arm up. And arm up and over the ear. 5 cycles of breath. Firm that knee into the elbow, elbow into the knee. And notice how far forward the body's coming and just shift it back, making you leaning into a wall. Sharpen your back leg. I like to pick the back heel up, press it back. And then how about that side plank? Right here in the sideways, lift it up. This is a really lovely, juicy hip opener. 2 more cycles of breath. And last one here. Inhale, top arm up. Exhale, hand to the floor. Step back into plank. Vinyasa. Hold it in up dog. Lift the knees, lift the thighs. Exhale. Downward facing dog. 3 cycles of breath. I'm just going to spin around. You stay where you are. Other side, float the left leg straight back. Inhale. Toes are pointing down. Look back. Make sure you can see your toes and then press the heel out of your hip. Look towards your right foot. Inhale, lift the heel. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale, lift. Press the heel down, bend your left knee, open the hip, circle the ankle. And other way. And just always observing right side to left. Inhale, straighten the leg. Knee to nose round, exhale. Three-legged dog, two more. Look forward, step it through. Drop the back knee down. Low lunge, grab your blocks if you need them. Some of you are high on fingertips. Just going to bring my blocks up. And when you're ready, walk the hands onto the knee. Some of you are going to stay here because this already feels juicy, but have a look. Make sure the knee's over the ankle. Arms up. And then just sink into it. Some of you want that deeper stretch. How's the breath? That nice soft whisper in the back of the throat. Some liken it to the sound of the ocean, the wind. My children think it sounds like Darth Vader. One more cycle of breath here. Inhale here. Exhale, both hands down. Again, I'm grabbing the block for the inside. Tap the back toe. Left hand on the inside. Back heel down. Top arm up. Arm up and over. And we're lengthening from that back heel all the way through to the fingertips. Think about the side plank, lift the sideways. Spin the chin up into towards your armpit. Sharpen the back leg. Lots to think about every pose. Just think about where you can press down. So I'm pressing down through my feet and my hand, and then where you can lift. Lifting sideways, spinning the ribs, lifting them up towards the ceiling. Inhale, top arm up. Exhale, hand down. Good, step back into plank. 3 yogi press ups. Some of us are going to drop our knees. Others, we're going to push through. Inhale here. Exhale, lower halfway. Lift the knees and the thighs. Inhale, lift. 2 more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Downward facing dog. Walking the hands back towards the feet. You'll grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward folding down. Looking all the way up between the thighs. Lift your knees, lift your thighs. The elbows are bent here. I like to squeeze my elbows and so they connect to the outside of my shins. 2 more cycles of breath. And inhale, half lift. Exhale, release the toes, hands on hips. Lifting all the way up. Good. Chair pose, Katasana. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Inhale here. Stay here, 5 cycles of breath. Shift the weight into the heels. So your toes lift and then keep lowering your sit bones down like you're physically going to sit in a chair. Lift the ribs. Lift your gaze. There's that tendency to want to look down. Lift up, look up so you can lift the chest. Take both arms forward. Standing on your right leg, cross the left leg over. Some of you are going to place the toe down. Others are going to take the bind. Garudasana, right arm over left. Inhale, float the elbows up. Exhale, sink the hips. Some of you are staying right here. Others are going to inhale here. Forward fold and down. Draw the belly in and up. 5 cycles of breath. Ekapana, single point of focus. Breathing, spreading the shoulder blades, press those forearms together. Two more cycles of breath. I'm squeezing my thighs. This is a really wonderful compression pose. And inhale, lifting all the way up. And exhale, release. Release the arms. Chair pose, Katasana. Four more cycles of breath here. Draw the ribs in, sink lower. Creating space in the shoulders and the ears. Draw the shoulders down and away. Bring both hands forward. Other side, Garudarsana. Standing on the left foot. Cross it over. Right leg over left, left arm over right. So we do opposite arm to opposite leg. Inhale, flip the elbows up. Exhale, sink the hips. Forward fold and bow. 5 cycles of breath. Squeeze the thighs. How's your balance? This is a wonderful balancing pose. Drawing the senses in. Drawing and lifting the belly in. Inhale, floating the hands away from the thighs. Exhale. Release. Katasana chair. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Taking a nice twist here. Hands at heart center. Lift backwards, breathe in. Slow twist to the right. Inhale, lift up. Sink the hips. Shift the weight into the heels. That's it. Some of you might want to split the arms. Maybe find that half bind like we did right at the beginning. Keep lifting up the sideways. It's very hot in here. It's like a little greenhouse. I've got all the windows closed. There's lots of planes. This is in the flight path. Inhale, top arm up. Exhale, forward fold. Katasana chair. Bend the knees. Drop the hips. Bring in a lot of heat into the body. Hopefully you've got windows open and some aircon on. Not many other places have aircon in London. This place doesn't. 5 cycles of breath. Just easing back into the practice. One more cycle of breath. How is it? My breath is a little choppy. Forward fold. And bow. I'm separating my feet, grabbing my big toes. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold and bow. And lots of shoulder openers. So let's come into Malasana. Ready for our first Katasana. Take the feet as wide as the mat. Bend the knees. Hands in heart center. Some of you are thinking you're going to stay right here, and I totally get it. Others, Katasana, crow pose, hands to the floor. Feet together. I like to snuggle my knees into my armpits. A lot of people like to squeeze their knees around the shoulders, upper arms. Shift the weight. Drop the head so the neck is long. And then lift. 5 cycles of breath. Keep lifting the heels to the buttock, big toes touching if possible. One more cycle here. And feet to the floor. Malasana, Yogi squat. Option here to take a bind. Reaching the right arm out, turn the palm, and reach. Maybe this is as far as you'll go this side. Left arm up, spin the top palm back. 5 cycles of breath. Activate your feet, squeeze your buttocks together. Roll that left shoulder. Some of you might like to lift up. So we just step that left foot in. Come high on the right tippy toes. Inhale, lift. That's it, stay up. Maybe you're still in your half bind, full bind. That's it. Lift the chin. And come down the same way you came up. Release. And other side. Left arm out, right arm up. Maybe you're just playing with a half bind. Doesn't matter if your arms aren't quite there yet, your hands don't reach. That's it. Even standing, some are steady, so find it. No, you're probably heavily pressing into the left foot. Press through the right foot. I'm just going to step this right foot in. And inhale. So lifting up. That's it. One more cycle of breath. Lift the chin, lift the chest. And come down. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Step into down dog. Some of you might want to flush it through with a vinyasa. That's what I'm going to do. Pause and up dog. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And a big sigh out. Inhale, lift high on your tippy toes. In the knees. I'm just going to step. The mat's a little slippery on this floor. Half lift, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Katasana chair. Bend the knees. Standing all the way up. Hands to heart. Surya Namaskara B. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Forward fold and bow. Exhale. Half lift, breathe in. Step or float back. Vinyasa. Right foot forward. Back heel down. Warrior one. Inhale, lift. I'm hooking my thumbs together. Stand into the back foot. Sink into the front thigh. Keep firming and steering this right hip back. Left hip rolls forward. Inhale, hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders down. Lift up, look up. And hinge forward. Humble warrior. Some of you might feel better with the chest resting on the thigh. I'm dropping that right shoulder inside my right knee and then firm the right hip in. Arms up and over. One more cycle of breath. Keep sharpening the back leg. Release both hands inside the foot and lift your back heel. And I'm playing with a half bind, full bind here. Down lizard pose, inhale, lift. You can drop the back knee here if that feels better. Some of you might even come up into birds of paradise. I'm not going to do that today, but if you wanted to, it's always an option. And release both hands down. Hands either side of the foot. Three-legged down dog. Three-legged plank. Ardha Chaturanga. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward. Warrior one. Inhale, lift. 3 cycles of breath. Firm the left hip in. Right hip rolls forward. Lift up, look up. Find even pressure through the feet. And hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders down, lift the chest, breathe in. Humble warrior. Keep firming that left hip in. Rolling the right hip forward. Drop the head, look all the way up to the thighs. And then both hands inside the left foot, lift the back heel. Some of you actually might just stay here and stay with this runner's lunge. I'm taking a half bind, full bind, lift the chest. Keep rolling that right hip down. Pressing the crown of the head away from the heel as you press the right heel back. And release the bind. Hand either side of the front foot. Three-legged down dog option. Three-legged plank. Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. And walk the hands back towards the feet. And Katasana, lift your feet up, standing on the tops of your hands. Big toes meet the creases of the wrists. That's it. Just lift those backwards up towards the sky, the ceiling. Roll the inner thighs back. And it's more of a wrist stretch than a hamstring opener. So if you need to bend the knees to get the big toes all the way to the creases of the wrist, then do that. One more cycle of breath. And when you're ready, downward facing dog. Inhale, float the right leg back to spin around. Float the right leg straight back. Right knee, right elbow, glide forward. Inhale, three-legged dog. Cross it over to the left. Listen carefully, come back to the left elbow. And forward triangle. Keep the foot out. You can keep both hands down, drop the back heel. Or peel at your thumb. Some of you are going to lift the foot, arm up and over. Top arm up, step through, warrior two. Back heel down, windmill the left arm back. Exhale, sink into the front thigh. How are you doing? That's it. She feels like I'm in a hot yoga class in this room. Put the palms, reverse the warrior. Hand onto the back thigh, top arm up, sink. Some of you might want to reach that left hand and wrap it. Sharpen the back leg. Reach up, lift up, look up. Inhale, warrior two, hinge forward. Hand on the inside. Again, you can grab a block here if you need it. Rotate the top arm, hand to the opposite hip. So some of you might already be there looking for that full bind. And lift up. Press the head back, find that sideways, sharpen the back leg. So we can soften. I probably need to soften my exhale. One more cycle of breath. Bottom hand down. Top arm up. Inhale, lift up, warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Woo. Triangle pose. I'm going to walk my back foot up. Hinge forward. Using my block here. That's it. So you're pressing from that grounded hand to the top arm, all the way, arm up and over. If you're feeling with an abundance of energy today, maybe you're going to float that bottom arm up. That's it, one more cycle, please. Top arm up, top hand on the top hip, Ardha Chandrasana. Let's go. Float that block forward. Maybe you haven't got a block. You can use a book. Straighten that back leg. Top arm up. If your balance feels a little funky, look down. That's it. And I like to look through the center of my body to make sure I can see that back foot. Arm up and over. That's just an option. Keep firming that right hip in. Top arm up, Katasana. That's it. Maybe you can balance here. Lift the chest, kick the foot into the hand, hand into the foot. One more cycle of breath. And step back, warrior two. Reverse it. And one more, the hands to the floor. Vinyasa. Or you can step, you choose. Downward facing dog. Stay where you are. Inhale, float the left leg straight back. Left knee, left elbow, glide forward. Cross it over to the right. Come back to the right. I think I missed it then. And then extend the leg out. Fallen triangle, fallen star. Lift up, arm up and over. Stepping through warrior two. Arm up, knee to chest. Warrior two. Back heel down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. Sharpen the back leg. Notice if you're reaching forward. Activate the back hand. And reverse the warrior. I'm going to reach. Inhale up. And then sink that front thigh down. Keep the back leg sharp. One more cycle of breath. Inhale, warrior two. Hinge forward. Remember, we've got the option to take the full bind here. Some of you might just play with the half bind. You've got a strap. You can always use that. Inhale, lift, and then press back. That's it. Think about that side plank, that sideways lifting. Sharpen the back leg. One more cycle of breath here. Inhale, release the hand down. Back to warrior two. Press through the back foot. And straighten the front leg. Ooh, that feels good. Set the back foot up. Triangle pose. Top arm up. Arm up and over. 5 cycles of breath, wherever you are. Some of you are floating that bottom arm up. Others, not today. That's it. Just notice your energy levels. Be kind to yourself. It's creating peace in the mind, peace in your heart. That's it. One more cycle of breath. Top arm up, top hand on the top hip. Out of Chandrasana. Look down, bend the knee, slide forward. Make sure a shoulder over the wrist. You can keep looking down. Have a look, make sure you can see that back foot. Top arm up. Arm up and over for some. Shift the weight. Think of a chair pose. So shift the weight into the heel. Let's see. And Katasana. Top arm up. Kick the heel to the bottom. Now, if it's hard to grab from here, I used to always bring my knee to the chest. So just do what you need to. Safety first. Maybe a little balancing here. One more cycle of breath. And warrior two. Reverse it. One more, the hands to the floor. Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Inhale, come high on the tippy toes. We're going to come into a seated position. So here, some of you can jump through. Navasana. Inhale. Oh, I'm very hot. Lift the knees. That's it. Some of you are putting the hands on the thighs, and maybe let's all do that. Draw the knees into the chest. I haven't sweated this much in a long time doing yoga. And float the legs up if that's available. It's definitely been a lot harder for me to get online because we've been in Spain and staying with family. The internet's not been good. So I'm just trying to get back into it. Inhale, lower halfway. Exhale, lift. 4 more. If you need to get the knees bent, you can. Exhale, lift. 2 more. Last one here. Inhale, keep the legs lower, the back all the way down. Both hands on the outside of the right thigh. Flex the feet. Inhale, lower the left leg down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more. Last one. Other side. Inhale, lower the right leg. Lift that left shoulder. Exhale, lift. Two more. Last one. Both feet on the floor. Hands behind the head. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more. Last one. Inhale, lower. Just going to roll. So bring your right hand over the head, rolling all the way onto your belly. That's it. Forearm plank. Tuck the toes. Inhale, lift up. Have a look at your feet. Make sure feet are hips distance. Lift the back leg. Put both heels over to the right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Center. Just side to side. If you need to drop the knees at any point, you can. That's it. Last one here. And when you're ready, drop the head. Turn the feet up towards your elbows. 5 cycles of breath. Look towards your feet. Inhale, lift both heels high. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Last one. Drop the knees to the floor. Child's pose. Remember, you can take child's pose as many as you need at any time in the practice. Take breaks when you need to. Option for an inversion here, if you want to stay in child's pose, you can. Otherwise, if you want to take yourself to the wall, play with hands, headstand today. So, clasp the hands together. Remember to tuck the bottom finger under. Look at your elbows directly under your shoulders. Crown of the head to the floor. Lift the back ribs up. Here's cat pose on your elbows. Tap the toes. Maybe you're just going to stay right here. Maybe you could bend one knee and just lift up. 10 cycles of breath, wherever you are. Actively lift your shoulder heads up and away from the floor, lengthening through the heels, lengthening the sit bones to the knees, back of your knees. 5 more cycles of breath. And coming down one leg at a time. Child's pose. Inhale, lift up. Coming and lying all the way onto your back. Ready for your bridge pose. Elbows into the floor. I like to snuggle my elbows so my inner arms are meeting the sides of my body. Feet are hips distance. And hands on the floor. Palms down. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. 4 more, just like this. Movement to breathe. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Last one here. You're going to lift up, stay up. Roll the shoulders under. Maybe clasp the hands. Some of you might feel better grabbing the edges of the mat. 5 cycles of breath. Outer knees are filling in. Pressing through your big toes. Pressing down through the backs of the arms. Breathing into your big, beautiful heart. And then you'll really lower all the way down. Good. So, option 1. You can do exactly what we did again, without, or option 2, you can put a block underneath the sacrum and make it more restorative. Option 3, you're going to come with me over Debbielashyoga. Both arms up, circle the wrists, shake out the hands, hopefully close the fingers, and bend the elbows. Fingers facing towards the feet. Squeeze the elbows in, press your backwards down, and inhale, lift the hips. Exhale here, empty the breath. Inhale, come to the crown of the head, pause, reset the hands, lifting all the way up. 3 more cycles of breath here. Keep a nice bend in the knees. Some of you might want to lift up onto your tippy toes. Lift the head, lowering all the way down. That's it. Just let the knees walk side to side. And when you're ready, we're going to take a twist. Cross the right knee over the left. And normally we shuffle the hips to the right and knees to the left. So we're going to drop the knees to the right. That's it. And just feel that lovely stretch through the left outer hip. Now look to the left. Maybe your arms are in T-shape, cactus, whatever feels good. And inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Other side, left leg over right. Drop both knees over to the left. Inhale, look to the right. And just breathe into the side body, just creating space. And a smile into the lips, into your eyes. And just know that self-care starts right here. Maybe you're starting your day with yoga, maybe you're ending your day with yoga. The main thing is just getting to the mat, just carving out the time. That's the hardest part of the whole class. Inhale, lift the knees to center. Unravel the legs. We're going to rock forwards and backwards. Single pigeon, always a favorite. Let's rock and roll, massaging the spine, spinal health. Some of you are going to step back, jump back, Vinyasa. Others are just going to step into down dog. Inhale, flip the right leg straight back. Right knee, right wrist, and then swing it across. If you've got a block, you can always rest it or a pillow or a blanket underneath that right hip. Inhale, lift up. And just notice any habits. The yogis call these samskaras that you're already wanting to come down. So just keep the chest lifted. 3 cycles of breath here. Lift the chin. When the chin lifts, it lifts the heart space, lifts your chest. You're pressing that left hip down, firming the right hip in. And now walk the hands down. I'm going to show you how to have a block there maybe. I like to stack my fists and rest my forehead right here. 5 seconds of breath. Spread the toes of your back foot, pressing all 5 toenails down into the mat. There's a gentle lifting of the belly. And pass the breath. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, tuck the toe. 3-legged down dog. Inhale, flip the right leg straight back. Might flip the dog is. Bend the knee all the way over. Up and over. 1. Foot to the floor. And inhale, flip the left leg straight back. Left knee, left wrist. Swing the foot across. Inhale, lift up. Exhale here. Let's have a little reach back leg is straight. Spread the toes. Keep pressing the right hip down. Left hip firms in. Use your mind out. Hopefully, mind is cooling and calming down, creating a quiet space. And elevating the heart forward, stacking the hands.